Today, I'm submitting a handful of cards to PSA, the absolute bangers, hoping they all come back, Gem Mint 10s. Let's take a look, I'll show you the cards, and I'm going to try and predict the grades ahead of time, and when they come back, we'll see if I was right. Alright, let's take a look at this. This is going to be two separate submissions, only a handful of cards, but the first submission is an Express, and it's the holiday special. Wanted to get it in while PSA did the November special, and this card is actually going to be the Crystal Lugia, and I'm hoping that it gets a 9. I think it has a very strong possibility to get a 9, so I'm guessing that it's going to get a 9. If it gets an 8 or lower, I'll be a little bit disappointed, but yes, absolutely hoping for a 9, and if for some reason they bless me with a 10, OMG. The second submission is Value Plus, and it's actually only 5 cards, so I'm going to go in order from back to front, I guess. 5 cards, gonna guess the grade, and I actually think that all of these have strong grade potential. So obviously we have the Gengar VMAX alternate art from Fusion Strike. I think this has a strong 10 potential. It's got very good centering, and I gotta obviously wipe these top loaders off a little bit. They got a little bit dusty right here, but and then the surface is clean, everything else, corners are clean, so if that gets a 10, that's gonna be awesome. So we got Gengar VMAX. Next up we have an Umbreon. So I actually was looking over this card. I got in a trade at a show, and I actually think it has a very strong potential to get a 10. So let's hope the Moon Baby gets a 10, and it'll be a huge win. Next up we have the Gengar EX Full Art from Phantom Forces. So this has a very strong 10 potential as well. The disparity from a 10 to raw is absolutely astounding. So if this comes back a 10, it's like a $3,000 card. So very strong potential to be in the profit here. Next up is the Blastoise. This Blastoise is my favorite Blastoise. It has a little bit of scratches on the surface, but I think that we can get a 7 or an 8. I actually just want to grade this card. So did not think that it was going to get a 10, but I think that it has very strong grade potential to get a 7 or even an 8. So that's what we're hoping for. And last but not least in this order, we got the Magikarp from Paldean Face. This one looks absolutely clean, so I'm really hoping that we get a 10. Now it's time to get these cards in the boxes, get it shipped off to PSA, and wait and see their fate. Alright, yeah, so we got 2 boxes for our 2 submissions. Obviously, this is the light one, so this is the Crystal Lugia, and these are the other 5 cards. So we're going to open this box first, because the Crystal Lugia should be the icing on the cake. So we're going to get started with the Crystal Lugia box. This box is first. It's a 1 card submission. I did not get upcharged, so I'm not sure what we're going to get here. Looks like they bubble wrapped it very nicely, so that's really good. So let's see here. We got our receipt. I'll get the bubble wrap out of here. And we have our Crystal Lugia in very good condition. I'm nervous about this one. Here it is. Here it is. Looks good in there. Definitely looks good in there. And we got a 6. That is a little bit unfortunate, but they did leave some grader notes. I'll go back later and read those grader notes. See, maybe we'll be resubmitting this thing, because this is probably the cleanest 6 you've ever seen. So a little bit unfortunate. We'll slide him up there. Alright, now let's open the big box. This has 5 cards in it. 5 very nice cards. So I'm hoping that we get 1 or 2 10s. And I will say that we did get an email for this submission that we did get upcharged. So I'm not sure the order that they came back in. I'm going to assume that it's the order in which we submitted them. But this is for all the marbles right here. This is going to make or break the submission. So I obviously thought all of these got pretty good grades. I'll leave my thought on the grade up here somewhere in the screen, and we'll see how close I came. So the first card we have is... Okay, so we got the Blastoise. We got the Blastoise. Probably my favorite Blastoise there is. Thought it had a strong chance at an 8. So let's see if I was right. Ooh, we got a 7. Okay, so we got a 7. So I'm actually not mad about that. I was really hoping for an 8. The card had a lot of surface scratches, and then the edges were a little bit messed up. The back is pretty clean, so 7, I'm not mad about. Was hoping for an 8, but we'll live with this one. All right, the next one we have is, all right, we got Magikarp, the elusive fish from Paldea Evolved, going crazy in a 10 right now, going absolutely crazy, going crazy raw, but in a 10, that's a huge price jump. So let's see. Thought it was a 10, thought it had good 10 potential. Let's see if I was right. Oh, an 8, no way. That is, that one hurts right there. So this one will probably definitely be getting cracked. An 8, definitely probably worth more raw than it is in this 8 slab right here. I mean, I thought it looked good. I thought it looked good, but there's something I must have missed. Something I must have missed. So that's a bummer. This one's a bummer, but you can't win them all, right, PSA? Can't win them all. Now we have 3 cards to go. So 3 cards to go. So they seem like they're in the order I submit them. I think I know which one's next. Okay, we got Balloon Gengar. Shout out Deep Pocket Monster finishing his Gengar Master Set. So we have Balloon Gengar from Phantom Forces, the full art. I thought it had a decent chance at a 10. Let's see how close or how far I was off. Oh, an 8. An 8. So, I mean, an 8 is not bad. An 8 is also not good, but this is an older card. It's an XY era card, so I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I'll have to look at it again. Now that I'm looking at it again, I kind of see some surface wear. So they definitely marked it down for that, and then a little bit of whitening on the top corner and the bottom left corner right here on the back. So, an 8, I'll live with it. It'll go in the showcase for shows. Maybe you can trade something nicer for it. But like I said, you can't win them all. So I'm actually going to put that right here. All right, next up. All right, we have another Gengar here. Another Gengar. This is actually the Fusion Strike alternate art. So there's no 10 yet. And I did get upcharged, so I thought that this would be a 10. Let's see if I'm right. And we got the Gem Mint 10. Let's go. We got the Gengar in the Gem Mint 10. Let's freaking go. PSA did well. They did well. Like, this card is pretty flawless, so I'm very happy to have this. This card is huge in a PSA 10, so that's a huge come up. Going from raw to a PSA 10, so that's actually going to look really good. Might actually put that on a slab display back there. Not sure yet, but this is absolutely gorgeous card. Very happy to get this in a 10. And now for the last card in the set. This is the Moonbryon. Let's see what we can get. I thought that it had a very good shot of getting a 10, and if it gets a 10, it's over $2,000 now, I believe. That is the value of it. So let's see. We got a Gem Mint 10 on the Moonbryon. Let's go. This is a grail. Now this is a grail. This is like a $2,000 card. I'm gonna have to get a graded card for this thing. I do not know what I'm gonna do with this yet. Is this gonna be in the showcase at shows? Is this gonna go on our mantle over there? I don't know. But a Moonbryon and a PSA 10 flawless card. Little bit of off-centering on the back, but you know, the back weighs a little less than the front, so PSA decided to be nice after giving us a 6, a 7, an 8, and an 8. They gave us 2 10s, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about the 2 10s that they did give us, so I'm still a little upset about the fish, but you know, like I said, I could have missed something. A couple of those cards will be cracked. The rest, I'm not sure. We'll have to decide, but you know what? Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. There will be more graded submissions in the future, and see you next time.